All right. I want to get into, we talked about this briefly yesterday, but the response to the assassination attempt over at, President Trump. Talked about that yesterday. Rev, you sent over some videos of some psychos, which we'll get to those in just a minute. But I did want to get to the response to Jimmy Kimmel and everything that was going on with him. He's obviously, it's at this point, it's just a blood feud, right? With President Trump, where Kimmel has an outlet and he's just doing his best to really more or less defame and sway as many people as he can to not like Trump. And whatever, it is what it is. Free speech. Now, he made that joke. I think we all saw the joke on social media where he's talking about, it was a fake setting. They did their own. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let him explain it because he actually did defend the joke last night here, and I'll let him set it up and explain it. But when you watch this, I want you to pay attention to how fucking fake the laughter is in this. How fucking fake this is. And nobody laughs like this. Nobody. And especially at these poorly written jokes.
So on Thursday, 3 days before the event, in order to keep that cherished tradition alive, I did my own version of the Correspondents' Dinner on my show. I put on a tuxedo. We pretended we had an audience of luminaries. We used old footage of the Trumps, of Pete Hegseth, J.D. Vance, Kid Rock, Vanilla Ice, all the members.
Why would you laugh at that? Like, legitimate. Like, go back to what he says here.
We pretended we had an audience of luminaries. We used old footage of the Trumps, of Pete Hegseth, J.D. Vance, Kid Rock, Vanilla Ice, all the.
Is this a
what
laugh
are they
track?
laughing at?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this a laugh track?
That seems like a laugh track because it comes in at Hegseth, not like Vanilla Ice and stuff. That's the joke.
Right.
Hegseth is barely, I guess to them maybe a joke, but it's certainly not that. So yeah, that does seem like a misplaced track.
Okay.
Members of his cabinet. And we made it seem like they were all together in a room. We had a little roast. Again, this was Thursday, and there was no big reaction to it until this morning when I greeted the day facing yet another Twitter vomit storm. And a call to fire.
Was that literally clapping worth? Like, you heard a guy in the background clapping at that joke. Like, I'm positive this is all fake. There's no way that these people are actually laughing at what he's saying here. Like, or I'm just majorly overestimating people's intelligence, which I think may be the case.
Yeah, it could be one or the other, yeah.
Right.
Had another Twitter vomit storm. And
Whoa!
It's so funny, Rev. It's so funny.
And a call to fire me from our First Lady, Melania Trump, saying I should be fired because of a joke I made, again, 5 nights ago. It was a pretend roast. I said, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at her, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow, which...
What?
Well,
Like,
okay.
still,
It's like... I get it's a dark joke, obviously. Like I would never want to be like canceling someone because of like edgy jokes or anything, but these aren't jokes. He hopes this happens. Like that's the thing that people try to pretend is not the reality. Like people like Kimmel, they want this violence to happen. These are not jokes.
I think the most amazing thing about it, once again, listen to how people just think this is so fucking funny.
Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow, which obviously was a...
That was a 3-second laugh from that audience. 3 seconds. Like, that has to be fake. Has to be fake. Do they do laugh tracks on these live recorded shows like this, Phoenix? I'm asking because I legitimately don't know.
Yes, a lot of times they will. They'll put in for filler and stuff like that. They also have applause signs and things like that. They also, before the show, they encourage you to really participate and overdo it.
But
well, that's what's happening here.
I'm pretty sure in a second he's going to give like his excuse or whatever. Like he doesn't even, like he says it's an age joke because she's younger than he is or something. Which is like obviously just like, if you're going to make an edgy, dark joke like that, like why... Just be honest. Like, it's just weird.
Let's see. Here you go.
Joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together. It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not by any stretch of...
You hear the guy in the back and go, ha, 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 ha.
It was about like him saying, I'm younger.
It's
But
so
it's just
fucking...
it's so stupid too, because and even if you want to be super generous and say, you know what, maybe that's what he meant, he should know better. If that's what is, if he was like thinking of jokes and he was like, oh, this could be funny, think about how it can be taken, because it's not even just necessarily what you are meaning, it's also like how it could reasonably be taken, and it is very reasonably taken, and again, that's very charitable, but yeah.
It's all manufactured and fake. All of it. All of it. It's crazy.
The definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence in particular, but I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful.
Those two are not connected in the least.
What's that?
Those two things are not. That's a bullshit. He just said that I'm outspoken about gun violence. That's not connected to Trump. Like that's not that doesn't mean if someone put a, God forbid, a bomb next to Trump that he wouldn't be applauding. Like that's just a dismissing thing. If he had said, listen, I'm known for saying never do, I wish the president well. I don't agree with him, but I wish him well. That's what it would have needed to have said. He's just using an excuse. Oh yeah, I'm against guns. So, naturally.
Well, that's like all the people who say they're against guns and stuff, and then they would like make fun of Charlie Kirk's death. They're like, oh yeah, I'm against guns, but he wasn't, so he gets what he deserves. So like, are you or are you not against gun violence?
In a normal society, like, so free speech, Kimmel should say whatever the hell he wants, within legal means. But to me, in a better time period, what that would have looked like is this. Look, guys, I made the headlines. I said a joke. And unfortunately, it got twisted into something that was 100% not what I mean. Obviously, I wish the president and everyone well. I did not mean that. This was a joke about age. I'm not going to repeat it. I want to apologize for that. And then you move on. That's it. Like that's what you do. I'm not saying he should be canceled for that or any of that bullshit. But in a more civil society, that's how it would have been. And it's actually a great old clip of Johnny Carson. Right after Reagan had an assassination attempt on him. And now Carson was a liberal. And he was hosting something. And if you watch how he handles that beautifully with grace and wishes the president well, like in a more civil time, that's what it would look like.
Let's see.
This is just a means. This is a means of weaponizing that to make Republicans look dumb again and evil. And
right,
they're the bad guys trying to making it about me.
I actually have that clip, by the way, that Johnny Carson clip. Did you want me to play it?
Yeah, thank you, Blabs. Yeah, great job.
Gentlemen, I'm sure that all of you here and most of you watching tonight understand why we delayed this program for 24 hours. Because of the incredible events of yesterday, that old adage, the show must go on, seemed relatively unimportant. The Academy, ABC Television, and all of us connected with the show felt because of the uncertain outcome, as of this time yesterday, it would have been inappropriate to stage a celebration. But the news today is very good. As you know, the president is in excellent condition at last reports. He's been conducting business.
All right.
And he happens to be in very good spirits. After all, you must remember this is a man who yesterday, while he was in the hospital unable to speak, wrote on a sheet of paper, all things considered, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. So tonight the show does go on. Now, 2 weeks ago, President Reagan videotaped.
All right. Thanks, Labs. Yeah, that's a great way to handle it. And just approaching it straight up front. And then, we have Kimmel over here.
I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject. I do, and I think a great place to start to dial that back would be to have a conversation with your husband about it, because...
Amazing.
Yep.
Such a piece of shit.
Yep.
I also should point out Donald Trump is allowed to say whatever he wants to say, as are you, and as am I, as are all of us, because under the First Amendment, we have, as Americans, a right to free speech. But with that said...
What a contrast, huh? What an absolute contrast between the two.
There's no dealing with them. Like that's like they are just doubling, tripling, quadrupling down. There's no reasoning with them. They're stuck. And what are you gonna do?
It's like what you said too. It's like in a civilized society, right? Because you say the First Amendment, and like, yes, of course, we're all clearly pro First Amendment, but there's a difference between being able to say anything you want and whether or not maybe you should say certain things.